Hello, welcome to something a little bit different here on the Retro Core channel. We're going to take a look at a shooter which is now coming out on the Xbox One. Oh, yeah, that's right. No physical version on the Xbox One, but it will be on physical media for the PlayStation 4 and the Switch. But we're going to be taking a look at the Xbox One version because that's just the way I roll, isn't it? You know, all that 4K goodness. Anyway, yes, the game in question is Vasara. The Vasara Collection is about to come out, or it should be out by the time you watch this video. So let's take a look at it in action. This is a game I've been a fan of since, well, the early 2000s. Alright, let's take a look at the new collection. So upon starting the game, the first thing we notice is that it's made by Unity, which does seem a little bit odd, but it doesn't really matter. And then we get this beautiful 3D introduction. Now that is a bit odd, but we'll come back to this later on. So upon starting up the collection, we are greeted with a few options. Let's dive straight into the Vasara Classics. From here we can choose either Vasara 1 or Vasara 2. Of course, we're going to go with Vasara 1 first. So upon starting the games for the first time, you'll notice that the graphics have a bit of a blurry image to them. That's because a screen filter is set to on as default. Personally, I like to switch this off. Also, looking in the options, we can see many different things to toggle, such as the subtitles on and off, the voices on or off, change the lives, change the bombs. You can also add vibration and different styles of play as well. And if you're not a fan of those borders, you can switch them off also. But one really neat feature is the available to switch the screen round to play it in tate mode. That's vertical screen orientation. Now for this video, we're going to be playing the games with the screen filter set to sharp. Now straight away I noticed when playing the game with the screen filter set to sharp, there's a little bit of shimmering on the graphics as the screen scrolls up. This is not such a big issue, to be honest, and the only reason I noticed it is because I really look for these type of things. But the funny thing is when you set the screen filter to smooth, that shimmering is gone completely. It's perfectly smooth. Yeah. So maybe they can upgrade that in a patch or something in the future. So unlike most shoot 'em ups, this game actually has 3 midway bosses or 4 midway bosses throughout the stages. And you don't really have to take these out, they will disappear eventually, you know, on their own accord. But if you do take them out, you get extra bonus points. And those bonus points are really important because more points equals more lives. You'll also notice that some of the enemy ships are carrying little banners or flags. Take these out and that will also give you more bonus points, which will help accumulate extra lives. So as far as weapons go, you've got 3 choices. You've got your basic standard shoot, the Vasara weapon, which you can see now, yep, that lovely flame attack, and a smart bomb. Smart bomb is as you'd expect, while the Vasara weapon is powered up using the little red bar at the top of the screen. You also have a melee attack, which is kind of like a mini version of the Vasara weapon. The melee attack is performed by just holding down the fire button, which will stop shooting and charge your melee attack. This takes around about 2 seconds. Now while the original Vasara was a pretty cool game, Vasara 2 was even better. Let's check it out. So as was tradition with this type of game back in the day, you start up the game with a choice of characters. Each character has its weaknesses and strengths, mostly in the way of speed or weapon power. Personally, I like to go for the ones with a little bit more speed, which just happens to be the girls most of the time. No, seriously, that's why I picked them. They're faster. Yeah, really. So as you can see in Vasara 2, the graphics have been given a bit of an upgrade. Yes, they do look a little bit more detailed than the original game. The action is also a little bit more intense as well. So those of you not that good at shoot-em-ups may want to play Vasara 1 first to get used to the mechanics. The mechanics in Vasara 2 are pretty much the same as Vasara 1, no difference there, but everything does seem to be on a larger scale. Vasara 2 also offers 2 modes of play. You can have easy mode, which just takes you through the first 6 stages, or difficult mode, which has you play all 6 stages twice, so 12 stages in total. Now unfortunately on the very last stage, on stage 6, you cannot actually continue halfway through the level. That's right, you've got to 1 credit complete that last stage. If you continue, you go straight back to the beginning. Now remember the 3D introduction to this set? Well, the reason for that is because there's another mode on this set called Basara Timeless, and that is a brand new 3D version of the game. Well, not of the original games that is, but of a remix of ideas from the original games, and it's 4 players at once. That's right, you can have a co-op with 3 of your friends. And what's also weird is I think this is the very first vertical shooter I've ever played which is in 16:9 ratio. Oh yeah, it really does give you a lot of screen real estate to cover, and at first it seemed a little bit weird, but you get used to it pretty quickly and it works. Now with the screen being so wide on the beginning of the first level or so, it doesn't seem like there's much going on. The graphics are beautiful, mind you, so you do get a chance to take in the beauty of those graphics. But as far as enemy attacks go, it does seem a little bit on the light side. That said, get to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th stage and so on, and the attacks really ramp up. You'll be finding yourself looking for the slightest bit of space just so you can survive the onslaught of bullets. The controls in this mode are the same as the original Basara games, or you can change them to the Vasara Timeless controls, which gives you the special ability to dash out of the way of projectiles. Another thing that you may have noticed in the Vasara games is when an enemy hits you or crashes into you, they don't kill you, they just kind of bounce you out the way. Now in traditional shoot 'em ups, if an enemy touches you, you die. But in this game, only the bullets can kill you, which is actually pretty handy. Now, as mentioned at the beginning of this video, the Vasara Collection is available for the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. I believe it's Limited Run Games who will be doing a limited run of the PlayStation 4 and the Switch version on physical media, but sadly no Xbox version on physical media, so it's digital download for Xbox fans. Now while I have not seen the Nintendo Switch version or the PlayStation version in action, I'm sure they're going to look really good, just the same as this Xbox One version. Well, maybe with a slightly lower resolution. Now I'm actually recording this video in 720p because my video capture device does not allow me to record the Xbox One at 1080p or 4K, which is a bit of a shame. But even in 720p, you've got to admit, the graphics, especially on these 3D sections, look very nice. So I can imagine this is what the Nintendo Switch version will look like. Needless to say, the Xbox One version running in 4K looks even nicer. Everything is just so sharp. Now while it would have been nice to see a few extra screen options for the classic games, I must say, for a new company, Cubite Interactive, this is a pretty good and solid package. You're getting 2 classic games, a brand new reimagining of the game, plus you got some extras as well. Those extras include a lovely gallery mode and some online ranking, so you can see how good you are against all the other players in the world. So keep an eye open for Yakimo 1975. You may see me in the top couple of thousand maybe. You're not gonna see me near the top, but that's okay, I just play the games for fun. Alright, until next time, keep on gaming and enjoy your games.